I remember I was talking at an event with Tracksuit actually, which was a brand tracking tool that we were using at the company at the time. And I, had my little moment in front of everyone. And right before I was getting off stage, I was like, count to 3, Chanel, and just say something about the marketing club. So I counted myself down and I was like, oh, and by the way, I'm thinking of building this marketing club. If you're a marketer and, you just want support or feedback or a bit of a network, you should join us. And I thought, right, if I've announced it to a room full of 100 people, now I have to actually go and do the thing. Like that was the jump off the cliff moment of, you've sold the dream, Chanel, now go and actually do it. And at that point I was like, it'll just be a Slack community because I was already using Slack for work. I kind of liked the idea of like all the different channels and stuff that you could have. And I thought, well, that'd be perfect for marketing, like ad spend tools, resources, jobs, etc. So it was a platform that I was already familiar with. I thought, right, it's just going to be an online Slack community. Even if I just get 5 or 30 marketers in here, we can all just soundboard off each other. We can share, newsletters we read, podcasts we listen to, even just catch up for coffee once a month and trauma bond over what it's like to be a marketer. And I remember, that night went home, launched the Slack. The next day I did a LinkedIn post about it. And at the time on LinkedIn, I was only connected with marketers because that was the industry that I was in. I had tunnel vision on what LinkedIn was for as a platform anyway. So I was like, oh, this is just me and my marketing friends. So I announced it on LinkedIn the next day. The first week we had 180 marketers come into the Slack channel. And I was like, holy shit, like where did you all, like I didn't even know there were 180 marketers in Auckland. Like what is going on? And it was cool seeing everyone come in because it was basically, like I had unintentionally validated how everyone else was feeling, and now I gave us a space for everyone to come together. Within the first week, 180, and then it was like 3 weeks later we were at 500 people, and I was like, oh my God, like what, and everyone's kind of asking like, oh, what's the point of this group? Where is this going? I was like, I don't know. I just like wanted, I just wanted somewhere for everyone to talk. After about 3 months of the Slack community going, everyone was like, okay, cool. Like, this is great. We've got this online 24/7 support. It's like marketing in your back pocket. You can talk to everyone. But when are we actually going to meet everyone? Because the whole point of, building community was actually being able to have face-to-face conversation. And, this was obviously after COVID, so everyone was finally getting back into the habit of like going out into the real world and talking to people. And I was like, oh, okay, like maybe we should do like a meetup or something so everyone can connect. So we did like our first social networking event. I think 50 people came to that. It was basically just at a bar, meet a bunch of marketers, connect with each other on LinkedIn, and then go home. And we did that for probably like 3 months. We just do it monthly, and it was just a cool way to like meet everyone in the community. After about 3 months, everyone's like, cool. So I've got the Slack, which is the 24/7 support. I've met a bunch of really cool people. We've connected on LinkedIn. We're all in each other's echo chambers. We know we exist. When are we going to learn something? And I was like, oh my God, like now you guys want events? Like what's going on? And I was like, oh yeah, no, like totally, like events was always part of the plan, guys. I've got it. So then within like a month after that was first suggested, I was like, oh, we're going to launch our first educational event. Basically asked the community that was in the Slack at the time of like, okay, we're in planning mode for our, and like, I'm in the background. I'm like, we're not in planning mode, but we're starting.
Well, you've been in planning mode for months now.
Oh, this was always part of it. So I was like, hey, like we've got our first events coming up. Like, what do you guys want to know? And at the time, everyone was really confused about like brand building or the impact of, like good marketing and what that looked like. And I was like, okay, cool. That'll be the topic that we do the event on. We managed to get James Herman. He's, one of the investors in Tracksuit. He also had just written a book called Future Demand, which was all around how to target people who know they need your product, but then how to target people who don't even know that they need it yet. So he was like a really good speaker for our first educational event. We ran that. I think we had 100 people show up to that event. And at that time, again, all we had was Slack. I had like maybe a few thousand followers on LinkedIn, and that was it. So to have a room full of people come to this thing that I had created that I thought was going to be like a coffee meetup for 30 marketers, I was like, holy shit, I feel like this thing's running away from me, but this is amazing. Like, there's obviously a need for it. And then once we did the educational event, I think that was where the first domino started to fall, because the minute that you provide community, networking, and then education that's value, everyone's like, okay, now this actually means something. That was kind of like the big thing that was like, okay, so now you guys do events, so you're obviously going to keep doing events, and you listen to the community and you ask questions, so now we get to build the thing that you're also building. Like, this is amazing.
That was always part of the plan.
I was exactly. Like, guys, like, did you not see the 5-year plan? This was it. So once we started doing that, that was really where I think I saw it take off. And, at the end of 6 months, we had 1,000 people in the community. After a year and a half, we were at, I think, about 6,000. And then 2.5 years later, we grew to 10,000. You have to remember, I thought this was going to be a coffee meetup for 30 people once a month.